What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're out here, we're at Galot Motorsports Park. We actually got out here early today. So we got concrete parking. It's amazing. We're gonna have a fun. We got Randy's car out here. We got Andrew's car. Anthony, God dang it, I said it. We got Anthony's truck over here. I'm gonna show y'all his little truck too. It's a little LS motor with a little turbo. So Randy had a problem. We had a couple problems. One of the problems Randy had, he went to go charge his battery the other night and the battery charger started smoking. So battery was bad, so he just bought a new battery, so he's hooking that up now. Let me show you something else we got going on. Don't forget, guys, we still got our giveaway going on for the Hans device. Go buy a t-shirt if you want to get entered. We're going to do the drawing at the 1st of November, so the end of October. October 31st is the last day to get entered to win the Hans device. Okay, so here he goes. He's got the new Go lithium battery in there. This Prolite battery lasted for a while. It lasted for, how long did that battery last?
Well,
4 or 5 years?
Probably the one Invader, so. Okay,
so it's pretty old. So you got to Go lithium. Luckily, he was able to find one that is Chris that runs 252 List Race. He had one. And the other problem you can see we got over here, we got this thing turned off. We've been having oil leaking. And so Randy opened the trailer up this morning, and out of the V-band over here, out of this clamp down here on the very, very bottom, there was oil dripping out. And so I posed the question. I remember seeing something about it not too long ago on either Facebook or one of the forums, and people were talking about check valves. And so I asked, what's happening? I had some very smart people jump in, Paul Powell, Kurt, Urban, Mark, whole bunch of people, Matt Goss, bunch of people jumped in, and I appreciate the help and the information. And everybody pretty much said the same thing and it makes sense when they explain it. So you got the motor over here, you got the dry sump tank. So most of the oil is stored in this dry sump tank. So you have 6-7 quarts of oil over here, 8 quarts of oil. So when you close at the end of the day, you push this thing in the trailer, you close the trailer up, you set it in there, you have a bunch of oil in this tank. It's almost full completely up, but it's going to try to exit out of there because of gravity. So this thing is higher, and so it goes through and it drains down through here, comes up through the pump, goes over through here, and then it comes up through the pump, the filter. And so then this is the feed. So what's happening is it is siphoning and pushing the oil from the filter housing over here back down to the turbo, and it's just basically draining. And so I just took this off. You can see all the oil in the compressor housing in the turbo. So it's one of those things, we got to get a check valve. I had no idea that's was needed, and apparently the only time you need it is when you have a dry sump system with the oil out here in the outside tank. So lesson learned. So we're fixing to spray all this out. I mean, there is a lot of oil in there. I mean, it is a lot. So of course we got to get that out before we try to crank it up. But here we go, we're gonna do this, and then I've got a couple tune-up things we're gonna do, and then this thing will be ready to fire off and go make a pass. All right, so this is one of our viewers. He's always hanging out on our YouTube stuff, Anthony. So over here, he built this truck. This is awesome. It's got Terminator X, old Air Research, which is basically like a Garrett off of a Detroit diesel 2-stroke engine, 5.3 camshaft, valve springs, very basic. He's running on wastegate spring. Now, how fast has it been?
No, this is the first pass down the track.
Oh, this is the first pass down the track. Okay, this is the first track outing.
Smoky burnouts down the freeway.
He's been making road pulls and said it feels like a monster, feels really good. He says making what, 7 pounds of boost?
Yeah, 7 pounds of runoff wastegate.
So this thing is freaking awesome. He done a great job building this thing. It's got a nice little cage, swing outdoors, nice little street strip, Holly Terminator X in it. This thing is awesome. So we're gonna try to get some footage of this one running a little bit today too, see how it takes off. Randy's over there now. He is draining the condensation off of the oil since it has separated, since it's been about a week since we had it running. And so we'll be ready to go here in a minute. All right, Brian, they got his out here today too. So this is the first time he's had his out since 710, where he had a few issues. So it's starting to pack up. We're going to be making a pass here pretty soon in Randy's car, hopefully. It's going to be crowded. Beautiful night for drag racing.
The door. Right here.
Oh yeah, it's spraying oil out of the downpipe. Hold on a second. That's fine.
Oh, the downpipe's full of oil.
Yeah, the downpipe's full of oil too. And think about getting it out of there. How much is in there? A lot.
Do you have any pigment?
So something I forgot to do, I cleaned out the compressor housing, but I did not clean out the downpipe. And it just saturated the whole side of the car with oil. Now it's cleaning out the downpipe. So tonight what we're going to do is, since we don't have a check valve, we're going to take that line loose when we get it in the trailer, and we'll put a cap on it. Pushed up here. Bunch of beautiful cars up here. Ryan's up there, so Brian's driving Ryan's car, the Fairmont. So we're going to go see a little bit of racing. Up here in the staging lanes. We just got Randy's back up here, Ryan's up here with Ryan's, and John Collins is here too. So that pass, what happened to Randy's, when he put the battery in it, we have a transbrake line. The transbrake power goes back to the reverse lights. And so Joey Moore, he happened to be in the back of the car when he was pulling into a burnout, and the lights come on, the reverse lights come on. So, I mean, I didn't see it because I was in front of the car. And so what had happened was, we put the battery in, we left that wire off on the negative, and it was actually going back and hitting the kill switch. So it was hitting, the negative was hitting the kill switch which is hot, and it was energizing the lights and also backfeeding going to the transbrake solenoid since they're wired together. And so it was activating the transbrake. So that's why the car slid when he went up, when he hit the brakes, it hit it and it energized transbrake. And that's why it wouldn't back up, is because I guess the negative, the way they were feeding, then it wasn't touching anything. It wasn't touching the hot or the negative, and then it was just a mess. But anyway, it seems to be working now, so we're going to try it again. We got the negative hooked back up to the battery, so we should be good to go. And John's here, like I said. Brian just got through working on that one, doing some changes. This is the first time out with the car. John just told me the car has made only a couple passes, and I asked him how fast it'd been when he bought it, and he bought it complete, but it was no passes. So it was a fresh build from like 4 or 5 years ago. So we're gonna go up there right now and try to make some passes. Okay, guys. Well, that was a good pass. This thing, it's a rocket, son. He red lit because it bumped in a little far. 122, 302, 447 at 169 almost. We still got the 14 gear in this thing. That is moving good. It made 27 pounds of boost that time. So we're really excited. That is not a bad first full pass under all 8 cylinders. That is not bad at all. We're happy. We're excited. We're making strides. So we're gonna try to make one more pass. We're gonna try to pick it up a little bit early, but we're not going to really do much more on the big end, just because we don't want to rev it to death. It went through the traps at like 8,500 RPM. So that 14 gear is going to be a little too much. Slippage will still look good. Okay, so you see it done something funny. I still didn't get it to leave on 7 pounds of boost. It left on like 6.6, 6.8, and then it come up. Light blue line is the boost line, 27 pounds of boost. Drive shaft data is the dark blue. I don't know what this problem is right here. It didn't want to shift for some reason. We were at like 2 seconds in the run. I'm gonna shut the dump valves a little bit earlier on it this time. I don't know if it was a pressure issue. I mean, last time we were here, it would slam down into second gear like gangbusters. But this time it did not, because it actually shifted right here, but it took about 3/4 of a second for it to actually, drop. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But that was a good pass. We're excited. We got some good data. This thing's gonna be fast, I think. I think it's gonna be really fast. All right, we're gonna try to make another pass. Okay, so they're about done turning it around. Everything looks good. We're just going to go up there. We're gonna try to make it 60 foot a little bit harder. I don't know if it's gonna do it or not. It may. This turbo is a little laggy, but it is working. We left on almost 7 pounds of boost. I want to leave on about 7.5, 8 pounds of boost. So we're gonna pull a little bit more timing out of it, let it try to bang a little bit harder. So hopefully it'll make. I would love to leave it to probably 7.5, 8 pounds of boost. We got to be able to make this thing go like a 110, 115, 60 foot fairly consistently. Out in the back, I mean, it went out in the back at 8,500 RPM, and that hit my rev limiter. So I mean, I don't know. I turned the rev limiter up a little bit. We're gonna try to turn it a little bit harder. And we'll see. I did put a couple extra PSI of dome pressure on it. It should make maybe 30 pounds of boost. And we'll see what it does. Here we go. Now it is the end of the night, so they hadn't done a lot of prep, but Travis pointed out a good point. It looks like we might have topped the shock out real fast. We got some good video. So you can see on the video, it does look like it topped it out. So we did not tighten the extension down. We may be at the point where we're gonna have to get some longer travel shocks as well, because these are not very long. But we're gonna look at the tune-up real fast and see what it looks like it done. But it come up, RPM drop was perfect. It come up, banged, and then dropped RPM when it got the launch boost. And it took it initially. It went 131 and it spun. That was going to be a pretty fast pass, I think. Okay, so here's the data log. And you can see this thing, it comes up perfect. 5,000, 5,100 RPM. That's awesome right there. It did end up leaving on more boost, which is perfect. It was left on like 7 pounds of boost there, which is what I was trying to get it to do, 7.2. And then the ramp was just pretty strong. I mean, we had, right there, it started spinning, we had 12 pounds of boost at 0.5 seconds. So it was coming on strong, but, you know, I think it would take this tune-up should go down, you know, especially if we got 370 gear, or, you know, if we got a lot of prep. It's Thursday night, there's a lot of street cars here. You know, it's kind of late, so it's one of those things. I mean, the prep's just not, you know, it's just test and tune night, so you're not getting radial prep that is going to be so sticky down track that you can't move, and, you know, that's okay. That's what it is. I was just trying to go a little bit faster. I was trying to go like a 115, 60 foot or so. We were trying to hit it, but I think we got a hot rod. We got a car here. Randy's got a car that is going to be fast. I think we're going to be in good shape. Don't forget, guys, we got the giveaway. Go get some t-shirts. Get entered to win a Hans device that ends on October 31st. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. We will see y'all next time.